Fellas, I got a new computer over the weekend, and it appears that it's done something to my face. DB says it looks good, but I mean, it is smoothing me out. It's changed the color of my glasses for some reason, and I don't want to fix it. What do you think?
I'm actively trying. I've literally Googled camera settings filter, trying to figure out where I can make the adjustment to be on the same page as you. So,
Well, if anybody needs smoothing out, it's me. What were you saying, DB? I'm sorry.
Yeah, not getting your filter off, just trying to get our filters on.
correct. Yeah.
Like, we're not. No, everybody's just jealous. We're not mad.
Dad, can you tell us about what happened to get you down to the stash? Because I didn't get the full story.
Can you see this right here?
Yeah.
It is a stain on my skin, and it goes up under my chin too from me being up under the car trying to do some do-it-yourself mechanicking, and it left a black C in my beard. So I didn't think that. So I thought I could shave it out, and anyway, we'll see. It's a mess.
How did the do-it-yourself mechanicking end up? By the way,
Honestly,
so what?
what?
It ended up with a ball and mustache. So whatever happened with the car didn't matter after that.
that's a good point.
That's a good point. I don't know that the Suburban is any different after I did all that, but
Yeah.
we'll see. So, welcome into Two Daves and a Mic. I'm David Allen, DA, along with David Allen, D. Ray, Michael Allen, and our guest of the pod this week is the U.S. government teacher of the pod, AP Gov to be exact,
right.
David Bryson from Shelby High School. David Bryson had the unenviable position of teaching both of the two younger Allens.
And Katie, I taught Katie.
Katie actually had all three of the Allens. Yep,
Yeah.
We definitely don't want to leave Katie out.
Nobody leave Katie out.
Wait, can you tell us now though who is your favorite of the three of us?
Oh, putting him on the spot.
I know what he's gonna say.
Do you know what I'm going to say? Wait,
Actually, maybe I don't. No. I was gonna guess David Ray because David Ray also leaned back in the chair as if to suggest it had to be him.
I historically have been if there are siblings that go to school, I'm a big middle child guy.
Yeah, that's right.
I generally go middle children like in general because I feel like nobody ever picks them otherwise.
Thank you.
But
Lean into that one, Michael. Good Lord.
But I will
that.
say this: the last time this came up and you guys started fighting about it, and Katie jumped in the argument, and she was like, she comes to school, she goes, "Hey, I know I'm not your favorite, but I just wanted to argue, so I just told him I was." And I said, "Moving up, like that's if you want to."
I love
up,
that.
That's the
Right.
way to do it, right there.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect. Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think of all of the guests that we've had on, no offense to the previous guests, Coach Bryson has to have the most blanks of the pod. Like we could go a lot of different directions with that. He's got a lot of different connection points to the three of us here. And I think you have a pretty strong case to be curmudgeon of the pod as well. I think you could throw your hat in the ring. You've got enough get off my long takes that I think maybe we'll find out tonight with a buy or sell. I don't know. I think you bring a certain cynicism that's needed around these parts.
It's cynicism that's needed. That's what I wanted to hear right there. glad to be that. I'm glad to be more curmudgeonly than DA.
Hey, I need all the help I can get.
It's a tough race right there.
Hey, I need all the help I can get, DB. So thank you very much for helping me out, whether you want to or not. So
yeah,
thanks.
no, gladly. We'll always help.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey, let's get into the nuts and bolts. So, hey, we will just say the Braves have won 9 in a row. That's all we'll say. They got 5 games left. If they finish the season 14 straight, they will become the first baseball team ever in the history of baseball to lose their first 7 and win their last 14. So at least we got that, if we can pull for that. But they're headed into the offseason. Let's hope it's better than last year. College football over the weekend, some interesting games. What's going on in the state of South Carolina, boys?
Dabo might get fired, but he wants you to know that he's 55 or 57, however old he is. I don't know if y'all seen this in like the last 3 losses and all of his press conferences. he continues to reiterate that he is 57 and that he can go somewhere else and he will still have a good career. He has to let you know what his age is. Apparently, it started a few years ago when they first started losing. He said, "I'm 55." He pulled a Mike Gundy. "I'm 40. I'm a grown man." So Dabo apparently at 1-3 or whatever they are now is the Clemson faithful are not happy with him, and it was another tough loss over the weekend to Syracuse of all teams. That they were double-digit underdogs. So things not going well, and then I know obviously South Carolina lost as well. I would say though, things not going great in North Carolina either. I mean, my boy Bill Belichick, new UNC head coach, getting trounced at UCF. So I can't throw stones right now, is what I would say.
Well,
Agreed.
I just want to say, I know that David Ray made mention last week that I often remember my wins and seldom speak of my losses. I put Dabo on the hot seat last week, bro. I had Dabo on the hot seat. I think I said the words. I think Dabo could be on the hot seat. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, Dabo. I shouldn't have said it. I think I speak things into existence. I have the Midas touch of sorts. David Ray, I can't get over how handsome you are over there. Golly.
I don't
cutting me
have
off.
to change it.
How dare you just cut me off in the middle of my Dabo speech right there by being over there so soft and handsome? Yeah.
Well, he keeps leaning out of his frame as far as I'm concerned, so I can't even see him half the time.
Oh, my bad. I'll stay in. I'll stay in frame.
I mean, it's okay. It is what it is.
I mean, DB, what's your college football intake like? I mean, with 4 kids at the age they are, I mean, do you get a chance to watch a little college football on Saturday? No chance, right?
I've watched more college cross country in the last 2 weeks than I've watched college football. I did watch a little bit of Tulane and Ole Miss. We were at a restaurant it was on, so I watched. Hey, but look, my boy Jack is blocking great at center. I'm grading out Jack at center. That was the only thing I was watching. I don't care where the ball's going. Once it snapped, I'm watching Jack. He's getting all the double teams. Nobody's getting by him. He's blocking to the whistle. I'm here for it.
It is kind of fascinating to just watch a game by not caring about where the football is and just pay attention to one person, because I said that a couple weeks ago when I was watching Tulane, just watch Jack. You never do that. Normally, nobody's watching the Super Bowl being like, let me check out what the left guard's doing. So I'm with you. Underrated watching just Jack,
Well,
go to
but
town.
it's cool too because you got Santana on defense, so you can watch somebody the whole time. You watch Jack on offense, you watch Santana on defense.
Sure. And our football coaches claim that, like Dunaway always claims that everybody's not watching the right part of a run play, that everybody's just watching the ball, and the most interesting part of the run play is how it's blocked, not where the ball's going. So, maybe broaden all of our horizons a little bit there. Thanks, Jack, for putting us on.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, there was some run blocking going on in the Detroit Lions Baltimore Ravens game last night. We'll get to that in just a minute in the NFL talk, but just to throw a couple of games that are coming up, because we're going to be Ryder Cup 100% this weekend, so we're not going to get to see any Saturday games, but you got Tennessee at Mississippi State, Oregon at Penn State. That's a big one in the Big Ten. Alabama at Georgia is a huge one in the SEC. And then we got Mike's App State Nears going to Boise State. Dude, that's like a big time mid-major matchup right there between those two guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid we're going to get worn out, so I'm not really looking forward to it. We looked pretty bad. We've looked pretty bad, so I'm not gonna do my trash talking. And unfortunately, because of my track record on the pod, I think this probably means that it will come true. So maybe I should have taken a more positive approach here,
based on your prophecy abilities. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, literally, yeah. Is there anything else we should talk about? Like, do y'all want to hit any other topics real quick? Just real quick, you want me to speak something out there that could happen?
I'll tell you.
Lottery? Want me to go lottery and say that I think
so? Well, no, we missed the boat on that one. It was up to $2 billion a couple of weeks ago. You should have been.
All right, remind me. We'll circle back to that in a couple of weeks.
Wait, just quickly on the lottery. Did you guys see the local news clip of the lady from, I'm assuming, Tuscaloosa, who they were asking people outside of a gas station? yeah, if you win the lottery, what would you do with the money? And she's
Oh yeah.
without missing a beat was like, I'd pay off Kalen DeBoer's $70 million, and then we go from there.
That's awesome.
And speaking of Kalen DeBoer, they're going to Georgia. If Georgia takes them behind the woodshed, yeah, Kalen might be seriously looking for a job. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
why would he need one if he's going to get a $70 million payout?
yeah. Yeah, I will say we will be busy, but I think the golf will be over. So hopefully we'll be able to watch a little bit of the 7:30 games, Oregon, Penn State, Alabama,
It's the
Georgia.
whiteout.
It's still interesting because we're in week 4. The 3 teams that Penn State has played to this point are Nevada, FIU, and Villanova. So it's kind of like the Shelby High. It's the inverse of the Shelby High thing, where they've played nobody to start the season, and now welcome to here comes Oregon coming into your stadium. Whereas for Shelby, it's start the season with your 3 toughest opponents, and then go play Highland Tech, where you're not allowed to kick an extra point because they don't have anywhere for it to go. So,
Gotta love it. All right. Before we get into our cross country talk, let's talk NFL just a minute because we had a couple of big things happen. First of all, Michael's Panthers, who he was talking so highly of last week, DB, another example of prophecy.
You're saying it for me.
I know. 30-0 over the Atlanta Falcons. Like, what the world? I mean, Bryce looked like an NFL quarterback, and the defense looked like an NFL defense, which I cannot say about my Dallas Cowboys. Maybe the worst defense, only maybe better than the New Orleans Saints. And New Orleans is so bad offensively, we may not actually know for sure the answer to the question. Because I think Dallas will win a few games with that bad defense. I'm not sure New Orleans is going to win a game. So they might literally be 0-16. Anyway, NFL takes real quick.
Spencer Rattler started his career 0-9 as an NFL quarterback. I wrote this down. 2 quarterbacks have gone 0-15. That's the record. Deshaun Kaiser on the Cleveland Browns about a decade ago, and Chris Winkie with the Carolina Panthers started their careers 0-15.
Right. Troy Aikman, I think he did win. Dallas won one game Troy Aikman's rookie year, but he didn't start that game. Steve Walsh did. So technically, Troy didn't win a game in his rookie year either. He was 0-15 or 0-14.
Yeah.
Wasn't Chris Winkie like 30 years old for his rookie year or something?
He
Crazy
was-
like he was a
He
grown
won
man.
the Heisman at 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaways is that, through 3 weeks, still not really sure who's good, which, is kind of the funny thing. Like Green Bay losing to Cleveland, KC still struggling with the Giants, didn't look great. Denver, a lot of people I think thought was going to be good. They lose to the Chargers. And then the Tampa Jets game was fascinating because Baker Mayfield had 2 game-winning drives because he brought down the field to take the lead, and they gave it up, and then he brought it back. He's an early kind of favorite for MVP, I think. But outside of the 3 or 4 teams who we knew coming into the season were going to be good, that middle class, it feels tight. It's kind of still unclear what to make of those teams. So that's one of my takeaways.
I think this is something to be said about the NFL just being such a competitive league, though. Is that we are 3 weeks in, and it feels like everybody has at least one loss on their roster. I mean, I could probably look at it and actually tell you how many undefeated teams there are, because obviously it's not everyone. But at this point, to be undefeated, you've got to be really good. It looks like there are 6 teams.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of interesting matchups coming up this weekend. Those Eagles that Michael has somehow become a fan of
That's right, fly.
are at the aforementioned Bucks. The Commanders against the Falcons. I mean, that's an old WBTV Sunday at noon game from back when I was a kid, because that was the only 2 games we could watch, was either Washington or Atlanta. So they're going to go up against each other. You're going to find out about the Ravens, even though they're 1-2 after their loss last night to Detroit. By the way, Detroit mashed them on the ground. Lamar Jackson had never quarterbacked a game where he was outrushed by the opposing team, and they not only outrushed them, they outrushed them by 139 last night. So the Lions looked really good last night, so we'll see. And then the Colts, they're 3-0. Coach Jeff Jones loving that. And they got the Rams next week. And the Rams are, I don't know, they're kicking themselves because they had the Eagles beat, and then I don't know what happened. So
Just quickly would say also that the Lions have entered, if they're playing at night, it's in the put the kids to bed early territory that I like to joke about because they're going for it on 4th and 3 from their own 40. It's just, and they're pounding the football on the ground. So they're probably my favorite team to watch at this point in the NFL. Just a lot of entertainment, play great on defense as well. So,
and Dan Campbell looks like he could be a Hollifield. I mean, Dan.
I 100% agree. I could not agree more.
He and Aubrey could be brothers. I mean,
Yep.
he could. Yes. So
I think about it every time it cuts to him for a split second. I think it's Dax, and I think that it's the facial hair for whatever reason really connects it for me. I could not agree more though.
gotta love it.
And yelling the same things, run the ball, just screaming the same stuff is all. I mean, it's nothing new there.
All right, so that's enough of sports. Except for we want to talk cross country, and then we want to talk the Ryder Cup. So we're
briefly on the Ryder Cup, yeah, but let's go cross.
Let's talk cross country first. Okay. Coach Bryson, you got your squad, boys and girls. You took them to McAlpine Park in Charlotte for like the biggest event over the weekend, where 300, 400 runners. Talk to us about your squad.
Yeah, I mean, we went to McAlpine. I think the people in Cary would take issue with you calling it the biggest event over the weekend. They're big on the Adidas Cross Country Challenge. Carolina ran there over the weekend in the men's 8K, and there's some high school races there. But yeah, Hare and Hounds. We were at Hare and Hounds this weekend, and it's a huge event just in terms of numbers and the scale of people. And we pulled in behind somebody from Wilmington. There were teams from Tennessee and Georgia and just all over the place. There were 340 boys, I think, in the boys race we were in. There was a championship race earlier in the day before that ended up being sort of a private school preview for all the Charlotte private schools. But I mean, we ran great. We have seen, I think, steady progress. We've seen some just steady continuations of doing the right things on meet day. We're dialing in that Saturday meet. I mean, a Saturday meet is tough when you don't do it all the time because, I guess if you went to a school where nobody cared about football, Saturday's fine because nobody's staying up Friday night for the football game, right? If you go to one of these places that doesn't care anything about football, or they get whatever they're away or something like that. But Saturdays are a necessary evil. I mean, the regionals on a Saturday, you're going to go up there on Saturday and try to qualify for state and do all the things.
Is that like your biggest reason for wanting to get in that? I mean, I know that anytime you're competing against the best teams in the state, that's, iron sharpens iron kind of a thing. But is it also about getting ready for the regional and the state meet because of the Saturday time frame?
I mean, states this year for us is on a Friday. Now that we're in 8 classifications, they're doing some on Friday and some on Saturday. But I told the kids, and I told somebody else, I said, you don't want the first big race you're in. You don't want the first race where there's more than 10 teams on the line to be the state championship, right? I mean, you don't want to show up and find yourself on the line at the state championship and think, God, this is the biggest race I've ever been in. Love to have some experience. I mean, it's similar to like D-Ray when we used to go play North Lincoln in golf all the time, and then we knew we were going to see them again at the state championship. We knew they were the best team around. We played in whatever that thing was at Verdict Ridge that time. And
had a great day that day. I was going to say had a great day that day.
Oh man, that's the hardest golf course in America, I think. And went out there and won it. But yeah, just trying to be ready for what it looks like once you get to the end of the year. Cause it's one of those things, cross country track, swim. Yeah. Those sports are in a position where you can come in second all year. But if you win on the day of the conference meet, or you win on the day of the regional, or you win on the day of the state championship, you're the conference champion, the regional champion, the state champion. So trying to be ready for those days at the end, you're really doing that prep now for all that stuff.
So speaking of champions, county championship behind you. You were the county champions. What's the conference status, and how does that look like it's going to shake out?
I mean, shout out to West Lincoln. West Lincoln's pretty good. I mean, they're a good team. We beat we beat their boys in the pre-conference meet. Their coach does a great job. Coach Mitchum does a heck of a job. So they'll be ready to run when we see them. I think it's the October 14th. So we beat their boys in the pre-conference. Our girls finished second. Their girls beat us. And the girls been putting a lot of work. Our girls have dropped a lot of time over the last few weeks. So I'm interested to see what that, when we run the virtual meet, right, when we type all the stuff in Mile Split and it gives us all the rankings. I'm interested to see what that looks like over the next couple of weeks and what we can maybe do to make that a little closer or jump past West Lincoln and maybe bring home a double conference championship or bring home, any of those. I mean, they're good enough that it would be a big deal to beat them. So we want to try to make that happen.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you just dropped a name out of the West Lincoln area there with Coach Mitchum. And my goodness, everybody up there is a Mitchum. You got Mitchum's Kitchen in the West Lincoln Vale area, that part of Lincoln County. We need to get them as a sponsor, man. Let's get them.
I think they're on all the time, right?
Yeah, I think so. I got two questions. I also have a statement. This is my first piece of reporting that I've done on this in a journalistic hat. This is not at all journalistic. I have it on good authority. Coach Bryson, can you verify this? The NCHSAA has not been able to find host for the regionals in basketball this year. They apparently have called every college in the state, and they cannot get someone to do all 8 games. They only have 6, is what I've been told. Have you heard anything about this? This was a rumor. Wow. that I've heard.
The regionals in general right now with 8. So, all right, I'm going to tell you from a cross-country perspective what our regional looks like and why that makes me believe what you're saying would be true. Okay. So we have 8 classifications. We used to have 4 regions and 4 state qualifiers, okay, out of each region. So you had 16 teams. Now we're going to 8 classifications, 3 regions, and 6 qualifiers out of each region. So essentially we went from hosting 16 cross-country regionals to 24 cross-country regionals.
Yeah.
Right? 24 events, from 16 events to 24 events.
Gotcha.
And that's significant. I mean, there's, cross-country is it's a sport where literally every person is trying to get done with the event as fast as possible. Everybody has an interest in getting this thing done, right, from your best runner to your worst. And in basketball, where every gym can't be used, I suspect that's probably accurate. I think they've had some trouble finding places to do the state track meet too. I mean, for years we've all been at A&T, which is big stands. We all, you all know you're going to A&T kind of a thing. And I think they're spreading that around this time. We're all maybe going somewhere different. Luckily, the state cross championship is still at Ivy Redmond. We all get to run at Ivy Redmond again, which is, years and years and years and years and years. Everybody knows that's where you're going when the season starts. So we're really glad to be able to still be there. I hope they don't find another place for all of us to go.
So 2 questions are, number one, you said there were 340 boys running, I think is what you said. Where do me and Michael finish in that if we run right now? Like literally no training whatsoever. We just, me and Michael.
You got a time.
No, you can't know what our time is. I'm saying I walk out the door and put tennis shoes on. Can I crack the top 300 or am I coming dead last in this?
I mean,
I'm 29 years old.
I got to believe since Michael has run a marathon, he's going to be okay.
I mean, you can probably crack the top 300 if you get. I mean, if you run a 26.
Not happening, coach. Not happening, coach.
No, sorry guys. You got to go run in the boys open race.
I was thinking 25. I was like, I feel like I've got 25 easy. Like I feel like I could definitely do that.
They would
25.
have to. They'd have to pick me up off the course trying to run a 25-minute 5K. I'm pretty sure.
It's on
Wait,
dirt.
maybe I'm
It's on
being
dirt.
overconfident. How fast per
No,
mile is
not
that?
you, Michael. Overconfident? No.
Unreal, dude. The strays that I'm catching.
Prophecy.
Okay.
Your gift of prophecy.
All right, my second question is this. I don't know if you heard that earlier this year we were discussing who would win in a race, Usain Bolt or Joey Chestnut, if they have to eat a hot dog if the race starts
Mm-hmm.
and
Bro.
you can eat a hot dog and then run the 100 meters. So I'm
Yeah,
what did I
No,
say
sorry.
it wrong, Mike?
No, you said it exactly right. I just saw somebody did like an example of this thought experiment, and it went very drastically in one direction. I want DB to get his take in here,
Okay,
but
all right.
Okay. My pick is Usain Bolt.
Thank you.
And the reason my
you're
pick
drunk.
Okay. The reason I pick Usain Bolt is you got to consider the gap in time. Okay? So all these numbers are knowable, right? The numbers themselves are knowable. What's the average amount of time it takes you to eat a hot dog if you're Joey Chestnut or a regular person?
I feel like it's like 2 seconds for Joey Chestnut and like 20 seconds for me. Am I wrong on that?
It's longer than 20 seconds for you,
There's
and
no
you
way
just
it's-
don't realize it.
I mean, but you're not competitively eting. I mean, if you're just
Yeah,
eating a
that's
hot
true.
dog at a football game, yeah, it takes you whatever amount of time. But
I just watched a guy. All right, this is the point though. I just watched a guy eat a hot dog really fast for a normal person. It took him 15 seconds. Joey Chestnut would eat it sub 5 seconds and walk the 40-yard before Usain Bolt finished the hot dog.
No, it's not 40 yards. It's 100.
yeah,
I don't care.
that drastically changes the answer.
It doubles it. Now he doesn't have to walk. He can jog.
All right, did the guy that you're watching on the video, did he dip his bun into some kind of Kool-Aid and basically dissolve the bread so that he could
Yes.
swallow it in a slurp?
Yes,
Dude, I'm
he
telling
dips.
you, y'all are crazy. I hope they actually do this one because I'm telling you, Usain Bolt out of his retirement chair would walk the dog with daggum Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, I think
This guy who I just watched took 15 seconds. There's no way that Usain Bolt would do what he did to take it down in 15 seconds. It looked, I wish we could screen share on this spot. It looked disgusting what this guy had to do to eat it in 15 seconds. I think that Usain Bolt is looking at anywhere between 20 and 30, and I think that Joey Chestnut could walk it backwards. Just like this.
You're giving Joey Chestnut a
So
lot of
DB,
credit for
you're taking Bolt. That's the
taking
bottom
Bolt
line.
because I think it's sort of like the problem when you race like distance medley relay, right? So if we go like one time a year, we have to run distance medley relay, and you run a leg of 800. Somebody's got an 800 leg. Somebody's got a 400 leg. Somebody's got a 1600 meter leg. Somebody's got a 1200 meter leg. And who wins most? And they run it like indoor, I think, in the NCAA. And like if you have a good miler, it doesn't matter how good your 400 runner is. Like the difference between a good 400 runner and a bad 400 runner is, 5 seconds. The difference between in high school, the difference between a good miler and a okay miler in high school is 20 seconds, something like that. So I think just the amount of time it takes to run the 100 versus the amount of time it takes. And maybe I'm grossly underestimating how long it takes to eat a hot dog too.
How long does it take to run 100?
Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt's doing it sub 10.
How long would it take? How long would it take me?
Think about it, Mike. A football field, it's probably taking you 20 seconds at least, right? Maybe 25.
I mean, we watched
25.
I don't know.
25, 20. It's not 25. You got to have a little faith in Mike right here. Like
Mike, we should do
dude.
this.
Don't you-
Michael,
25 feels
Yeah, we should do this.
we're going to be in
we should
Shelby
do
this
as
weekend.
part of
We
the
might
pod.
should do it. We might should go do
The
it
hot
on
dog?
Sunday. The hot
Yeah,
dog and
the
then
whole
run the
thing.
100 and see what happens.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, I feel like we talked about this on the pod, but we had a hot dog eating competition at work. I watched guys eat hot dogs so fast that it was disgusting. And it was taking them like 30, 40 seconds to eat the hot dog. Like, this is not even close. Also, Joey Chestnut has said that he's willing to do this. And you know that man will do anything for pay-per-view. You know that
they need to make it happen.
I think you guys remember earlier this year, was it when Tyson and Floyd Mayweather fought? Did I make that up?
Oh, that was
No,
terrible.
it was Tyson and
No, no.
Jake Paul.
Logan Paul.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, my point being, that had like 100 million people watch it. I feel like if a streaming service put this on, made an event out of it, it could do numbers. That they should consider it.
Can you imagine how many ads you could run in a 2-hour event where only like 15 seconds of it mattered?
Run that. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
It's like the Kentucky Derby.
Let's move on.
Okay,
We've been talking about this for 3 pods now. Good grief. Thanks, Coach Bryson, though, for at least having my back on this one.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's 2 against 2. So I'll take that. D-Ray, what you want to say about the Ryder Cup? We will be there on Saturday. What do you got to say about it?
I'm excited. I mean, that's all there is to it. Pairings have been out, or like projected pairings have been out. They've been playing. Ben Griffin is playing with it looks like he's gonna be with Justin Thomas, which I'm excited about if that's the way it ends up going. I watched the hole by hole layout of Bethpage Black today, trying to find a place for us to camp out and watch. I'm stoked. It's the first bet that I've placed in since the Tour de France. I went ahead and put the over on my boy Ben Griffin getting 1.5. I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play early, and if he plays well, he'll keep playing. So, I think it's funny. USA is the favorite on the betting sites, but I think Europe is the better and deeper team, and they're doing all this. I don't know if you also say they released a video. They had the 35 living European Ryder Cup members who won a match on American soil be a part of the video. They're wearing the uniforms of the last 3 teams, European teams, to win on American soil. So they're like going all in on this narrative, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be close. We haven't had a good Ryder Cup that was very competitive since, I believe, 2012 in Medina. So I'm stoked. I think it'll be a good time. Hopefully we'll get the chance to maybe record a Saturday night pod from New York.
One thing I saw today was ESPN had ranked the top the 24 players. They had obviously Scheffler as number 1, but then they had Rory, Fleetwood, and Rahm as 2, 3, and 4 before you get to DeChambeau at 5. But the interesting part of that was they had Europeans as 22, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. They had the last 4 spots going to Europeans. So, yeah, it might be top heavy for Europe, so they might get some guaranteed points with some of those top guys. And then the United States may pick up, like where you're talking about Ben Griffin's going to be. U.S. may be able to get some spots, some points there that maybe nobody else would think they were going to get. So we'll see how it goes. We're looking forward to it. DB, the first tee time is at like 7:20 on Saturday morning, and we're an hour outside of Bethpage Black. So we're going to be getting up. We might not even go to bed Friday night. We may just stay up all night, honestly. Because
D-Ray will be so excited. There's no way he's going to bed. He's leaving out milk and cookies for
That's right.
Or whatever.
And especially if we hit the Teddy Roosevelt Museum on Friday afternoon. I mean, what else could we possibly get into?
DB, why not? Why not take a stop at Oyster Bay? I mean, why not?
Yeah, right. I think that's a great move. Michael does not look excited about that over there in the corner.
I mean, this is like one of those things where it's like you have to make a trade in some instances, which is that I appreciate that when I'm with David Ray, I don't have to use my brain and I can just be told where to go. It is something that I really value. And so it's like, do I want to go to the Teddy Roosevelt house? No. Do I want to find somewhere else and guide us to that place? No. So I think I'll just go with the flow and do what Dave tells me to. I mean, like
this is a perfect example. Like I asked them what they wanted to do, and Michael sent a pizza restaurant that's right. At least 50 minutes out of the way. And if you even just did preliminary Google search of where we are and where we're going, you would know that it's not convenient. But he can't even be bothered to do that. It's remarkable.
The comment is I know this place is good because I played it on Spider-Man. Multiverse or whatever.
Well, I asked if anybody would need a tour of the city because if you want to go to,
that's right.
If you guys wanted, if you want to go to the city, I could take you around Hell's Kitchen. I could show you around the Bronx. I mean, I've web slinged pretty much the whole landscape. So, take you.
All right.
Oh
well, you want to get into buy or sell, DA?
Let's get into buy or sell.
All right. I'll start us off. We can go around the horn. Was at the lake this weekend briefly with Haley's college friends. One of Haley's college friends met one of my friends when we got married. They've been dating for the last 6 years, so they were both there. That's Charles Dixon, Charles of the pod, a huge friend of the pod. Charles had ready for me a spiked Arnold Palmer, 5.5% ABV, whatever, For those of you who don't know, I don't drink. Never had the taste for it. That shit was good. Let me tell you something. The spiked Arnold Palmer.
DB.
Dangerous game, the spiked Arnold Palmer. I'm telling you what. And that's a friend from Mother Goose Daycare who had the forethought, has been on many trips with me to know how this situation could go and had something ready and was wow. I walked in the door and he had it ready for me in a koozie. Said, "Here, check this thing out." So shout out. It's a buy for me this week. Spiked Arnold Palmer.
Dude, that is hilarious.
That is hilarious. That might be one of the best buy or sales of the 28 episodes of the pod. Oh,
all right. All right. Well, I'll move in right here with a quick sell for you. Here it is. If your barbecue restaurant has a suite of sauces, sell. I don't need you to hand me a carousel with 6 sauces. I need you to have 2 sauces, maybe even just one, and I want it to be good. No, I'm not interested in trying the maple bourbon molasses. No, thank you on the hot honey, whatever. I'm specifically calling out 2 of the most recent barbecue places I've been to have handed me 5+ sauce bottles. No thanks. I don't, and one of them, the lady very kindly walked me through how she would have one sauce on the brisket, another sauce she would dip in the hush puppies. This sauce is more for whatever. I shouldn't have a sauce sommelier. I want you to have one sauce that knocks my socks off, and I put it on everything. So I'm selling the sauce caddy this week.
Love
the
it.
sauce carousel rather than caddy, I suppose.
The carousel.
Yeah, carousel. Thank you.
What you got, Coach Bryson?
All right, I got a sale. I know that won't be shocking to anybody that I need to be negative about something. But if anybody's watched any of the the track world championships, like recently, like we've had worlds over the last couple weeks,
Sure.
I am selling the Norwegian national team. Like the Norwegians, and I have to sell them because I was a fan, right? Like Jacob Ingebrigtsen it's my guy, man, and Karsten Warholm, but like Ingebrigtsen just, he's been hurt or whatever, doesn't run the 5,000 well. Cole Hocker's out here winning the 5,000 for America. Shout out to Cole Hocker. But that's usually not his event. And then Karsten Warholm, I don't know if anybody Googled this. I'm not going to repeat it for the pod, but it said some out of pocket things about, to and about Ry Benjamin in an interview. And I mean, not necessarily at him, but like just their whole back and forth was kind of crazy. And then Karsten Warholm finished 6th. Like you can't say a whole lot of crazy things and then not be on the podium. And not that I'm on the podium at Worlds or anything, but like, I'm not saying crazy stuff and then be like, I finished 6th and I didn't even get a medal. So the Norwegians are out for me. Big sale on the Norwegian national track team.
I would have never guessed.
I think I don't think I could have scripted that to have been any funnier. Like at times it seemed like maybe you were even in on how many names you were throwing out that there's no way anyone knows. I do have a question though, and I could probably Google this. Roughly how many people on this Norwegian track team are going by the name Eriksson, do we think?
I don't know any Ericssons. I feel like that's like Icelandic or something, maybe.
Yeah, Mike.
Maybe.
I think is it the Netherlands that all their guys' names end in the sun. I think I don't remember. DB.
Yeah.
Are you if you're off on Norway? Are you just pulling for America, or have you picked another Scandinavian team, or what's the process there?
America did great in the U.S. track championship there, the World Championships. I mean, Cole Hocker ran great in the 5,000. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone almost set a world record in the 400. She's running without the hurdles now. I mean, men's 4x1 and women's 4x1 gold medals. I mean, America kind of ran the table at Worlds. I'm sure I didn't check the shot put results. Sorry to all my thrower friends, but the shot put was probably 5 miles from the track and nobody got there to see it. But I feel certain Ryan Crouser probably won this thing by virtue of just not being human and being a giant. But yeah,
where are you streaming this? What platform is showing?
You have to go. You have to get on the plane and go, David Ray. You have to buy a ticket and attend the event.
Be in Tokyo? No. Usually Peacock carries all the tracks.
Peacock
carries all the track stuff. So if you want to watch,
love that.
Talk about a segue into my sale. I am selling all this crazy app streaming craziness
thank God.
that you got. Listen. So Michael goes to get a new phone and gets us on fraud alert because I guess he was logging in as his mom and his mom's phone was in Shelby and he was in Raleigh. So they thought he was trying to like hoodoo us. So mom spends 2 hours at AT&T today to get it all squared away and was on with the fraud alert people like 3 different times verifying who she was. She was about to go through the phone on somebody, but I digress. We found out that we're paying for HBO. We're getting HBO Max free with our AT&T service, but we're paying for HBO on our DirecTV service because the two of them aren't doing business together anymore. So we've been paying $16.99 a month for who knows how long for something because they told her the wrong something on the phone. So I'm just saying right here and right now, ESPN just went to this new app. They spent the whole week last week on Get Up and First Take and Pat McAfee with wrestlers from the WWE on there. Like what? Because they had WrestlePalooza this weekend. It's a new ESPN app thing. I'm selling it. I'm selling it all. I got no use for it. I'm going to get me some rabbit ears and go back to watching TV like I used to have to watch it back in the day.
And I'm no longer the curmudgeon of the. There it was.
I mean, but Dad, you sold Get Up like on episode 3. You're still. I mean, like.
Listen, I still don't watch it. I'm just saying. No. I do watch Get Up. I'm sorry. I don't watch First Take. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's an interesting take, but yeah, I do think that we're all probably paying for. Like I said this before, Apple they take 99 cents every month. I don't know what it's for. I'm pretty sure it's for the cloud, and I'm too scared to find out because at this point, like I don't want to stop it. I don't know what it is.
It's insane.
Planet Fitness membership of technology.
Yes. I hate to think how much we're paying a month. I said we're probably spending $150 a month on 10 things that cost $15. And then I thought, no, nothing costs $15 anymore. Everything's more expensive than that. The new ESPN app that I mentioned is like $29.99. Like what in the world? That's insane. Let's get to our draft. Our draft this week is going to be hilarious. We're going to pick TV host to play 3-on-3 basketball. We're going to take 3 players and a coach. 3 players and a coach. Who won last week? It had to be me because I had the best.
Sister of the pod didn't put it up. First time ever.
We'll let DB choose to where he wants to draft, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, Coach Bryson, you can pick your position.
Can I pick first?
Yeah,
yes,
you can pick first.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Then I pick first. Why would I pick anything other than first?
Because it is a snake. It's going to snake back. So you're going to first, and then you'll pick 8.
You'll get 4 and 5.
I'm still going first. Yeah, I'm still going
All right, DB in the 1 spot. Dad, you want to go 2, 3, or 4?
I'll take 2. That's fine.
All right, so we'll go DB, DA, D-Ray, and Michael, you'll go in the 4 spot.
Look at Chance climbing in. What's up, Chancellor?
Yeah, he was doing this thing he does where if I close the door, then he does like this at the door.
Yeah.
So
my
guy needs in the shot. Hey, three players and a coach, correct?
3
so
players
on the
you
roster.
take them in any order.
That's
You
fantastic.
take your coach first if you want to. You can whatever.
The only rule that we had is that we're trying to go with no former athletes, so preferably not Michael Strahan with the first pick because
Correct. Michael Strahan.
Jalen Rose. You can't pick Jalen Rose from ESPN.
Sure.
Correct.
3v3 basketball team.
All right, Coach, take us away.
All right. Well, then I'm getting Jimmy Fallon to run my point.
Jimmy Fallon at the
Jimmy
point.
Fallon at the one. I don't.
Jimmy Fallon at the one. I love it.
Wow.
All right, and I mean, you know, I'm gonna take my what a 2. I guess he's a 2. No, I guess he's a 3. I'm gonna take Steve Harvey at the 3 spot.
Wow.
He was on my list.
Can we go back quickly, Coach? Do you think Jimmy Fallon is athletic? Because I'm thinking about it. You think he's got some handles?
I think Jimmy Fallon can kind of do anything. Like every time they do something on the show, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna play a weird kazoo," and he just makes it happen. Or we're gonna go do this dance, and he just makes it happen. Like
I agree.
That is true.
Magic, I don't even care as long as he gets the ball down the court.
That's fair.
This
is the guy who started it all for me. This is why I came up with this, and I don't want to run the risk of anybody taking him. Give me John Taffer at the 3, the host of Bar Rescue. Just the kind of guy who can. He's gonna back you down to the paint. He's getting 15 and 8 every game, and he obviously has a lot of swears that he's ready to throw at you. So big fan of Taffer. Give me Taffer with my first pick.
Nice.
All right. Well, I like the direction that you're going in here, David Ray. I'm going to start it off, though, with what I consider to be the most important, and that's the coach. Who am I going to have leading this squad? I trust no one like I trust Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is going to be our coach here, yelling from the sidelines, calling plays. And then I think who is the next most important is who's going to be receiving that information and leading the team on the court. I trust no one quite like I trust Oprah Winfrey to bring the ball up the court. So my starting point guard is going to be Oprah.
Wow, that is a slow take right there.
Jimmy Fallon is locking up Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, Oprah got no chance.
We
on
questioned Jimmy Fallon's athleticism, and then Mike took Oprah Winfrey in the first.
You don't want none. You don't want. Are we talking prime Oprah? You don't want any.
Prime Jimmy Fallon? I mean, what?
No, y'all don't want none.
Prime Oprah, she's a 3, babe. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna take my point guard here. Give me Guy Fieri at the point.
Wow.
Gonna let him run the point for my squad.
I think Guy's too versatile for that spot. I think he's a better 2, but that's all right. You go ahead.
Yeah, I got something, but can you imagine the pick and roll combo that Guy Fieri and John Taffer are going to run? That's a dangerous pick and pop combo. So, Dad, we'll kick it to you here.
I'm gonna take my point guard here. I'm taking Wayne Brady. Let's make a deal.
That's a good take.
Yeah, I got him and Steve Harvey as a good pick and roll combo as well.
All right, DB, yours for 2 here.
Okay. All right. Then I'm taking – this is solely because I want to see what happens. I got Stephen A. I want Stephen A. on the court, not just sitting.
I love that.
Yeah, you got to come out here, and you've been talking about everybody's jumper for so long. Let's see it.
See what you got.
So I'm going to take Stephen A. And then I got to get a post player. And Mike, okay, I was going to take Dr. Phil in the post, I think. Big guy down there.
Yeah.
I'm instead going to go, was it Steve Wiscos, the guy who was Jerry Springer, like the bodyguard on Jerry Springer?
Yes. Wilco's, I think it's Wilco's.
Wilco's, yeah. I'm taking him down in the post. So I got Stephen A. and
that's a good call. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
And he was the host of what show?
The Steve Wilco show.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah,
it's a spinoff of Jerry Springer. Yeah,
But
I appreciate that you came for me right there. That was.
I just wanted. I wanted you to say that he was the host of the Jerry Springer show.
All right, Dad, your pick here.
Oh, is it back to me?
Yeah, that was Stephen A. and Steve Wilkos.
Okay, so I'm going with my jack of all trades guy right here at the 2 spot. I'm going with Jeff Probst in the 2 spot.
Wow. Wow. That's a strong choice right there.
A lot of great options here for me. I'm worried about size. That's one of the things that I'm worried about with this pick, but I'm going to stick to my guns anyway. I'm actually going to go ahead and move Guy Fieri over to the 2, and I'm going to let my boy Drew Carey run the point now. I'm going to let, and I think that I'm not sure where the shooting's coming from with Drew and Guy, but I do like that backcourt. And Drew has gotten into pretty good shape. I think he
Yeah,
slimmed down a little bit. I'm going to get the measurables on my backcourt while Michael picks here.
All right. So it's over to me for 2. So I'm wrapping up the team here. I really can't think of any way better for me to wrap up the team. So at the 5, going to be my big man in this lineup, I've got Bob Barker. Rest in power. But that is the ghost. I mean, sorry, that is prime. I did not mean to ghost Bob Barker. That's crazy. That is prime Bob Barker that we've got at the 5 there. And then in the 3, it wouldn't be complete without him. Also, rest in peace, Alex Trebek, right there in the 3 spot. So, I mean, coach led by Dr. Phil, Oprah bringing the ball up the court with weapons like Alex Trebek and Bob Barker. Good night. Thanks for playing. It's over.
Steve Wilkos, 6'3", by the way, just did the measurables.
Wow.
They've got Fieri and Drew Carey both listed at 5'10". That feels generous to me. Do we agree?
Yeah, I mean, like Google 5'10" is like real life 5'7", 5'8", I feel like.
Yeah. Man, unfortunately, my list is almost gone, and I never intended to make this my coach, but I feel like it has to happen. She can handle a lot every Sunday. Give me Margaret Brennan at the Face the Nation host as my head coach.
Wow, that's a reach.
I did consider, and y'all know that I love Jane Pauley. I did consider her. Need a little bit more youth, so we're going with Margaret Brennan at the head coach.
Wow. I was going to go Johnny Carson, speaking of rest in power at the coach spot, but I can't believe the 2 young guys especially left this one out there for me. So I'm going with my coach as Jon Stewart, Comedy Central masterpiece.
Good pick.
All right, so the only thing I got left is coach.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I need a guy who's going to get us some calls. I feel good about Jimmy Fallon coming down. He can call the plays. He can put the sets in. I got no concern. I need a guy to go argue with refs. I need a guy that's going to get us some calls right here. I'm going to go Howard Stern at the coach.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had him on my list as well.
No ref wants that smoke. Nobody's coming over here. And what do you get? You get to tee up Howard Stern like he cares. I mean, what? He's going to do what he wants.
That's a nice one. I like you rolling out that one to finish up. I think that's a strong 3-on-3 tournament. I think, honestly,
Absolutely.
I think Michael's group's going to finish last with Oprah running point, but I mean, whatever.
The matchups down low between John Taffer, Bob Barker, Steve Harvey, and Steve Wilkos.
That's the trenches right there.
How tall is Steve? Did we Google that?
He's big. I don't know. He's big. Quick couple
Bob Barker was
OLIs.
6'1".
Couple OLIs for me. Julie Chen, our Big Brother host. I don't know if she could do anything. Whoopi
J.
Goldberg. Haley said Whoopi. Is she host something? What the?
Yeah, The View.
The
View.
Yeah. Okay. And then we just saw him on CNN the other day, and we're shocked. Montel, still in the game. He's doing political commentary now, and I'll tell you, it was not very good. So Montel. Stick to the day job there. And then Gordon Ramsay. That's the other OLI I had. I don't know if you guys had any names you wanted to shout out.
I just wanted to shout out Ellen. I really thought about having her bring the ball up the court for my squad.
I think that would have been a better move.
Yeah, pivoted. I think I trust experience just at the end of the day, just a true vet that you can trust on. And then another kind of alternate big man for me was Conan O'Brien. Big Conan fan, and I also think that he's a big guy, so that would have been helpful.
Well, my OLI were all old guys that you guys would not have known, and probably our voters would not have known either. But I'm going to shout them out. Bob Eubanks from the Newlywed Game, Chuck Woolery from the Dating Game, and he actually was the Wheel of Fortune guy before Pat Sajak. I don't like Pat Sajak. Richard Dawson of Family Feud when it was like originally Family Feud. And I mean, come on, Regis Philbin, my guy from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So all of those guys. Oh, and Wink Martindale. Let's not forget him from
How could we?
Blackjack. Was it Blackjack Mom? What was the name of Wink Martindale's show? It was Card Shark. That's what it was. Card Sharks.
Yeah. Okay. DB, any outside looking in? Anybody you didn't get that you want to shout out?
I did not know what OLI stood for until you said outside looking in right there, and I winged every single one of those picks. I pulled Steve Wilkos out of nowhere because Steve Harvey and Dr. Phil from me. So no, I was out. I was down to the whatever I could get to right here anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. I just had a thought as we wrap up here, which is, if we were to create a Two Daves and a Mike expanded universe where there were more podcasts coming from this, a DB Trip Hastings podcast, 2 guests of the pod, two listeners of the pod.
I don't know that person. Can you tell them again? I don't know who they are. We're not. I don't.
There's something there. There's something there.
Introduce me to him. I'm sure
next time we see him, we'll introduce you, David.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody that's dead to me. I don't know.
Oh, he's gonna love this. He's gonna love it when he's listening in the morning. So,
I was hoping to get a Jay Wilson story out of Coach Bryson, but I know we're at time, so maybe that's a good reason for Coach to come back and give us some of his most ludicrous Shelby High golf stories.
Do people live at Catawba Country Club? Is the greatest Jay Wilson story ever. He thought people lived in the basement because there was shaving cream in the bathroom.
That is all of the clues, though, in his defense. Typically, if you see shaving cream somewhere, it does indicate that you're in someone's home. So I like what Jay was doing there with the detective work.
Oh, Coach Bryson, it's been a blast. Glad to have you on. We'll have you on again.
Please, yeah. I just wanted to hang out. Whether we're recording or not, can we just FaceTime once a week?
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, that's all for this week for 2 Days and a Mike. As D-Ray pointed out, we're going to be at the Ryder Cup this weekend. We may do a special Saturday night at the Ryder Cup episode, so possibly look for that. And, of course, Friday night, Shelby takes on Stuart Kramer. We will have a Friday night pod, even though we won't be there. So we'll do that. Probably be a short one. Hopefully, Shelby will get the running clock for the 4th week in a row on Stuart Kramer in the second half. But for tonight, that's us. Peace.